Hi, this is going to be a short video about how to write hieroglyphs on your computer with proper formatting. In other words, not as a long string of hieroglyphs, but in little squares, like shown here on the screen, the way that you would normally see it in actual hieroglyphic texts or on papyri. So this is not going to be about JSesh, which is a great program and very flexible, but which lives outside of the universe of things like Word or Pages or Keynote. I want to show you how to do this directly in these programs. You'll need a keyboard layout for that, and you will need one of two special fonts for that, and a little software setting, and I'm going to show you all that in the next few minutes. Now, I'll show it on the Mac, but with a few small modifications. This also works on Windows. So either way, you can apply the same strategy. So let's get right into it. The first thing that you'll need is a Egyptian keyboard layout. Apple provides a lot of different keyboards out of the box, but not Egyptian. So to get the Egyptian, you'll have to download from a trusty source. In this case, we have one, namely Christian Casey's website. So Christian Casey Egyptologist, it's already there. There's a download section, and you have multiple Unicode keyboards in here. There's a Coptic one as well, for example, and a transliteration one. Let's go for the Egyptian hieroglyphic keyboard or keyboard layout. There are some installation instructions here. Unfortunately, they were chopped off a bit on the right, but basically try to follow these. It involves a restart, so I'm not going to show how to do it right now. But essentially what you want to do is you want to download this package. It's going to be a zip package, and then follow the instructions, install that one. And once you're done with that, you will have the option to choose Egyptian as one of your keyboards. And if you type that way, mistake, we want this, then you're going to be able to already type in hieroglyphs using either the phonetic transcription or the Gardner code. So for example, for the book roll, Y1, for the sesh, I can just go sesh, and then when you don't like the proposed option, you just cycle through it with the space key. That's what I just did. And then let's go for, this is V12, Z1, etc. But you see what's happening now is it's not combining these automatically the way that I want it. So how do we do that? For that, you need a font that has a lot of combinations already pre-programmed as ligatures. So for example, when the font sees arch or rech, it knows that normally this wants to be a little square and combines the two of them together. And the same here for the QR. So as soon as it sees Q and R, it replaces this with a ligature that has the two of them together, and so forth. There are two fonts currently that I know of that do this. One is Aegyptus and one is Egyptian Hiero. Hang on, let's find a regular keyboard. So Aegyptus is one and the other one is Egyptian Hiero. I know where to find this one online. This one I'd have to search for, so I'll go for Egyptian Hiero. So here we go. Egyptian Hiero in one word. No, not this, but this. It's Marwan Kilani's page. So what you do there is you take that font and you download it, and then you install it like you would install any other font. If you're not sure how to install a font under Windows or under on the Mac, basically, just look it up. There's a ton of descriptions online that give you the details on that. But once you have the font installed, there's one more thing you need to do. I mean, apart from selecting the font, you have to set it to all ligatures. And actually, I'll show you the effect right away. If you set it to all ligatures, oops, it's here under the little gear wheel, it will be set to use default. Make it use all, and that will automatically combine things. You can see that here. It has already combined the W and the F. It has combined the three glyphs here into one, etc. So that's it. That's really all you need. At that point in time, So let me just write on R, oops, Egyptian on first. R equal zip no, and so on. Now, what you see here is it doesn't combine it exactly the way I want it. Sometimes the algorithm is a bit overzealous. Now, you could just put a space in between to separate things. But that is admittedly a bit ugly because those spaces, I mean, you can see them, they're there. What you really want is an invisible space. And luckily there is such an animal. So instead of having a real regular space here, what you could do is you could go to your Unicode hex input. Hang on, let me show you a soft keyboard for that. And then press Option and 200C. And that's going to generate an invisible space. Those invisible spaces still serve to break up two characters so they don't get combined. So basically, that's how you prevent the ligaturing. Now, you could do this in multiple different ways. You could maybe do an automatic, or you could do a substitution after the fact of spaces. Or what I've done is I've basically set up an automatic replacement. Whenever I type a certain character combination, it takes it to an invisible space. Why? Because I don't want to switch between Egyptian keyboard and the Unicode input all the time. It's just annoying to have to constantly switch keyboards. So I set up once and for all an auto substitution. And whenever I type, in my case, it's the combination of CO, $CO, something that I would not type under normal circumstances. And what that gives me is an invisible space plus a determinative stroke. Why the determinative stroke? Simply because I haven't figured out yet how to do a substitution with only the invisible space. That little menu continues to hang up. But if I put another character after it, it works. And in this case, I put the determinative stroke just because it occurs so much. So if I do that, I can type actually exactly the way I want. Let me show you this. So I for the read leaf, W for the W. Let's do the invisible space in between so that the F doesn't get swallowed up. Then do the her. Now I need my space again. If I didn't do this, it would put I can show you. If you just went Z1, it will put it under the her. I don't want that. So I use my little trick here. There you go. Now edit. What I really would want is the T to be under the iri as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. If I do that, it comes out this way, which is really not too bad. The other option here is again line break, not line break, character break and T. That works. So yeah, there you have it. This works really great. I love it. So in a nutshell, again, the steps on the Mac are install the keyboard layout, then install the Egyptian Hiero font or the Egyptos font. Make sure to select use all ligatures. On the Windows computer, it's pretty much the same thing. What you have to remember is you need to get to the advanced font controls to turn on the all ligatures. And to do that on the Windows computer, it's Control D, Control key and D. That gets you to font, and font then advanced, and in there you have the ligatures. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about that, just shoot me an email at Ramesses with a double S, Ramesses 2023@gmail.com. Or you can, if you know how to find me on Discord, just PM me there. All right? I mean, DM me there. And yeah, have fun with this. Happy studying. And see you next time. Bye.